I'm gonna give you the top 5 things that you can do to sell your house for more money. Stay tuned. You're looking for the top 5 things that you can do to your house if you're selling a home in Sherman Oaks, selling a home in anywhere in Los Angeles, if you're searching online, top 5 things I can do, how to sell my house for more money in Sherman Oaks, what to do to my house before sale, all those types of things. I'm gonna go over that with you guys right now, okay? We call this low-hanging fruit. First of all, my name's Alan Taylor. I'm a real estate agent with Compass here in the Sherman Oaks area of Los Angeles, an awesome community, second generation realtor, third of my family to sell real estate, 5 generations of my family have lived in Sherman Oaks. I know the community, I know the town, I love it. I know the properties, I know the ages of them, I know the architecture, I know the designs, I know the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. So we've had clients over improved. I've flipped houses, like, you know, I've sold 400 houses, so I've got a really good idea of what is the lowest hanging fruit. And what I call low hanging fruit are the easiest 5 things that you can do to make your house sell for more money. And you can unlock on a $2 million house as much as $200,000 more by investing as little as $40,000 to $50,000 into the house, right? So you get the 40 to 50 back, and then you get an extra 100 to 150, sometimes even 200, depending on the market, back from the sale. All right, so here we go. Without further ado, the very first thing, as you can see, this house is a beautiful home in Sherman Oaks. It's on Addison Street in Hidden Woods. We're going to talk about the first thing is landscaping. So somebody pulls up to the front yard and they see the house. You want everything to be tidy. You want to spend money on trimming trees back. You want to put wood chips in the front planters. You want to plant flowers. You want to make the property feel tidy, right? On some of these properties, it's like less than $1,000. We did a massive haircut, tree trimming, strategically planted a couple plants and trees, added flowers, fixed sprinklers, got the water green, and massively transformed the way the house felt when you pulled up, right? People pay for how they feel. And one of the most important things you want to do or provide to the buyer when they're buying your house is a clean and tidy first impression, right? They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So having the front of the property tidy and super clean is an absolute no-brainer. It costs very little money and it gives you a massive transformation as far as the way the house feels. So that is number 1. All right, number 2, you guessed it, and this is by far the most important, guys. I wouldn't do number 2 without number 1, but it's paint. So here I am, I'm going to show you inside this home, and as you can see, the clean white walls. In these particular homes, these old ranch houses, there's, you know, wood paneling. Let me see if I can get you a better photo here. Here's a good one, right? As you can see, the interior space of this home is very clean and contemporary, right? Now, my client was living in this house before they moved out. So they had stuff everywhere, perhaps too much stuff, old stuff. And look, I get it. Like when we move into our homes, we furnish it, we make it look nice, we get a couple lamps, we live it. After that, we kind of just carry on. We don't really give our house a new makeover, a new facelift. We live in it for 10, 15, sometimes even 20 years. And it's fine. It's fine. I mean, like maybe we repainted once or we moved in, but the paint's faded over time or it's worn in certain places. I'm talking like when you take down artwork and you can see like from the sun is like bleached the walls, but behind it, it's beautiful. I mean, you know, so, you know, it doesn't have the same feel and cleanliness and it doesn't feel new. So what paint does is it makes the inside feel brand new. Right? So if I've got an older color, or it's dark, or it's worn, and it's got paint marks all over the place, or you can see that it's chipped and cracked in certain places, or cracks in the ceilings and stuff like that, it makes the house feel old. And so when people walk through a house and they feel not great about it, it's going to ultimately affect A, their willingness to buy the house, and B, how much they're willing to pay for the house because of the work I have to do. So for a very small amount of money, and look, it depends. If they paint a 2,000 square foot house or a 3,000 square foot house with all the cabinetry, all the molding, all the detail, I mean, it's a huge expense. Maybe it's going to be 10, 15 grand. But let me tell you, it is well worth it. Because if the inside of your home feels brand new, then they're going to overlook things like the older bathrooms that are dated because the bones of the house are going to feel new. Now, sometimes you've got, you know, the doors, the molding are all a really cool semi-gloss, like clean white. You can wipe them down and they feel pretty good. Then you paint just the walls in the house, just the drywall portion. Maybe you spend 5 or 6 grand and you give your house a massive facelift. So paint is huge. Number 3 is lighting. And it's interesting though, because I just said paint's probably the number one thing that you can do, but the reality is that lighting is the most important. The energy inside the house, the way the home feels from a light standpoint has a profound and massive effect on the way people perceive themselves living in this home. People don't like dark. They want to see sunlight. They love natural light flowing through. So let me tell you a couple quick, easy fixes. Again, low hanging fruit. All right, so number one, I'm going to show you the entry to this house, right? So when I first walked in, the entry to this house had a simple light that was here. The entryway wasn't light, it wasn't bright. You kind of walked in and it felt, I mean, it didn't feel bad. It just wasn't bright and cheerful. It wasn't like you walk right in and all of a sudden you're seeing lightness and brightness, you know, and that's what you have to have, right? You want people to walk in and feel dark and cavey and like, what's this house about? You want people to walk in and immediately go, this feels good, this is cool, nice entry, it's light and bright, all right, I'm in, right? You want them to be excited about the house from the start all the way to the finish. So these are called retrofit LED light. They're very inexpensive. A lot of times we have these cans recessed lights that were installed because somebody did do a little bit of an update before they moved in 10, 15 years ago, but the cans are all old. The lights in them are different colors. Maybe they've changed bulbs. One bulb's kind of dim and faded, and the other one's a different color. Got gold liners inside the lighting fixtures. I mean, that's not conveying new. And the reality is, especially if it already has the can recessed lights, you can snap in those retrofit LED lights. They're like $40 a piece or something. You could buy like a pack of 12 for like $25, $30 a piece. And you can like literally pull them down, snap them in yourself, push them right back in, and boom, it feels clean and modern, right? So low hanging fruit. Look at this chandelier right here, right? Thin black wire with these muted, soft kind of fabric looking cones over the light. Now this is a piece that arguably looks like it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars, gives the house a modern and contemporary feel, and it costs us $125 on Amazon. Between the purchase of the lamp and the installation of the light was $250. Now compare that against an older chandelier. I wish I had the before and afters, but a lot of people have these like ornate wrought iron chandeliers or crystals. My favorite is like crystal chandeliers inside like a 1950s ranch traditional, or these like old kind of Mediterranean ornate iron looking chandeliers with like light bulbs that are burned out and don't really provide that much light. So anyways, in my humble opinion, this is another low-hanging fruit thing that basically costs almost nothing that can transform a space. So that's the second part of the lighting. The first one was the retrofit LED lighting. Install recessed lights if you need to. Second is changing the light fixtures, low-hanging fruit. And the third is window coverings. All right, guys, now let me tell you, I once had this mid-century modern house in the hills of Sherman Oaks. This house was specifically positioned and bought in this location and built by the architect because of the way the house was built into the side of the hill. It had a beautiful patio with a lap pool, all this hardscape, and this beautiful serene mountain setting with trees, and you know, both corners of the back of the house, the back of this living room, were walls of glass and these big sliders that opened up to these patios, right? And of course they had plantation shutters, so when you walk into the space you can't see it. The idea with these homes is to bring the outside in. It's to make, you looked at the 1950s William Mellentine style houses, and by the way, this isn't a Mellentine, but it's close to it. This slider here may have been original. I believe it was an upgrade, but the fewer the lines you have, the more panes of glass, the larger the panes of glass, the more you can see to the outside, and the more the outside becomes part of the living. So two things happen when you take the window coverings down. Number one, you get more natural light into the space, and number two, you bring the outside in and you can see the depth of the yard through the back of the house, which makes the property feel bigger and again conveys a greater feeling. So lighting is tremendously important. Number four is cleaning. And I'm not talking about having your housekeeper come by and give it, you know, a cleaning. I am talking about a deep, deep, deep industrial, like clean. You're putting your house on the market. You've lived in it for 20 years, or mom and dad have lived in it for 20 or 30 years. I mean, it's been kept up. It may be in decent shape, but it really hasn't gotten that detail, right? The windows aren't spotless. All the tracks for the windows have dirt in them. There's discoloration on the floors. There's gunk on the tiling and soap scum. And I mean, I'm talking like an industrial clean, pressure washing the outside, pressure washing the garage door, the whole exterior of the house, cleaning all the windows inside and out, cleaning out all the tracks, inside all the cabinetry, the appliances. If you can clean the inside of an older appliance, let me show you the kitchen in here. These burner things that come off, those can be dipped and those can be remade so they're black so they look brand new. The inside of these stoves can be completely degreased. The griddle part can be taken off and that can be cleaned properly so that it's made to look brand new. You can make the appliance look brand new. You look underneath the hood here and it's got years and years of food caked. You detail this thing out, it looks like it's brand spanking new. Every inch of the fridge, every corner, cleaned out, completely made to feel brand new. That is an industrial clean. And these cleanings are very expensive, right? Some of my clients are shocked to see how much they cost. We're talking on a 2,000 square foot house that hasn't been cleaned in a very long time, as much as $2,000 or $3,000. I mean, it's 5-6 guys going in there cleaning every inch of this house and making it feel like it's brand new. That makes a huge difference how people feel, and it makes them feel great about the house. It makes them feel like it's so clean. It makes them feel like a space they can live in. And guys, when you're selling your house, that's what you want to do. You want to make people feel good about the space, and cleaning is one of those things that you can do. And last but certainly not least, probably the biggest bang for the buck, but one of the more expensive ones, is property staging. All right, I'm gonna go back in here and I'm gonna show you. Here's the living room shot. Notice the trend with staging. This was done really, really nicely. You've got natural wood end tables and pieces here with books, this, that, and the other. Cleaner, white looking. By the way, I forgot to tell you, there's one more thing that you can do that's not on the list. Look at these hardwood floors. These are, I should say, there's 6 things you can do. If you've got original oak hardwood floors that have the older honey color or they're a little bit dark, if you sand and refinish those lighter, we're talking like $3, $4, maybe $5 a foot. So if it's got 1,000 square feet of wood floors, you're talking about $5,000. It's not cheap, but I mean, to change the color of the floors and make them a natural color. When they first sand them and you're looking at those floors and you're looking at the exposed wood, that natural color, absolutely nothing feels better. The good news now is they've got these like natural looking polyurethane covers that protect it from like wine and, you know, whatever stains and stuff like that, but still give it that clear coat finish. The more natural the product looks, the more desirable in my opinion. So sanding and refinishing hardwood floors is low-hanging fruit. All right, so back to the staging. Take a look at the staging. It's clean, it's white, it's fresh, it's modern. It's designed to make the space feel light and bright. Even the dining room table, notice the white chairs. It just gives it a clean and contemporary feel. Check out this built-in bookcase here that my clients did. And this is an original Mellentine bookcase over here. But see how it's neatly organized with all the stuff and trinkets? It just feels ideal. It's light, it's bright, it's airy. It just has a great feel to it. And this is the kitchen. Again, you know, just a couple cookbooks, a fruit bowl, a cutting board, soap, a little greenery. You don't need a whole lot. And as you can see, this is an office, okay? So this was the front room. This is the 4th room. It was, I think, 3 bedrooms on title, but this is the 4th room. It actually had a 3/4 bath around here. We could have set it up as a bed, but I think best to show it as an office. Again, light colored rug, nice wood clad table there, you know, some color contrast with this leather looking chair. Great looking room. Let's see what else we got here. Bedrooms. Lots of white throw rugs, little pops of color, really pretty, simple, clean, elegant. This is the bathroom. I think to save money, we decided not to do much to this bathroom. Again, we want to save money for our clients. It had this quartz/granite looking countertops with the blue that went with this blue on the walls. We did not change these fixtures. Again, these are all, if these were not in good shape, we would have changed them, but it was overall a really nice bathroom, so we just left it. Another bedroom here, again, white bed frame, but with white kind of duvet bed cover. cover, white lamps, art, just clean and fresh. And this is the primary here. Look, a simple plant in the corner, a couple pieces on the wall, couple books, simple, elegant, all done. I'm not sure about you guys, but this has like a really inviting and lovely feel to it. And just overall makes the house feel so much better. And I think the budget on this one was $40,000. I think our client said to us, don't spend $1 more than 40. We sanded the floors, we painted the walls white, we did landscaping in the front, we did landscaping in the back, we staged the house, we did a termite inspection, we did a sewer line inspection, we did the industrial cleaning. So guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. These are the top 5-6 things that you can do to your house. Again, low hanging fruit. It's a restoration, guys. It's a restoration with paint, sanding the flooring, adding staging, and then putting custom lighting features in the house and giving it a good cleaning. And look, if you want to go more, depending on the property, I would say go more. I just walked out of this amazing house south of the boulevard on Nanbury Street in Encino. I actually interviewed for the listing. The homeowner spent $100,000 on the house, and they just did designer paint on the cabinets in the kitchen. Again, original cabinets, but painted them cool colors, new hardware that was gold, took down uppers, changed the countertops, demoed out the backsplash and changed the countertops. I've got another one I could probably pull up, and just spent a little bit more money on it. And these are high-priced homes in really good areas south of the boulevard. And it's like when they don't look really good and they don't feel good and people feel like they got to spend all this money to remodel the house, it forces the price way down because of the psychology of it, right? If I go in there and I'm like, I got to redo the kitchen, I got to redo all the bathrooms, I got to redo all the floors, I got to they're thinking $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. But if you do that first 50 to 100, maybe get new floors in there in certain parts of the house, demo a countertop, change the counters, leave the original cabinetry, leave the tile in the shower, change the frameless glass shower enclosure. Do, again, all the low-hanging fruits. Take it from here, don't take it from here to here, because then you're a property flipper. But if you can take it from here to here for this much money, you get that much equity. And you'll sell the home faster, even in a slow market. So guys, we're big advocates of helping our clients get more money out of the sale of their homes. And we don't burden you, the client, with all of the responsibility of doing it. We do it for you. We have Compass Concierge. We have access to the capital. Under $3 million, $40,000. If you're gonna go over $4 million, we can get you more capital. And by the way, we're set up where we have teams of designers, contractors, handymen, whatever we need, stagers, all the vendors. We can do all of the work for you. You can sit back, relax. We'll transform the house for you. We'll help put an extra $100,000 or $200,000 in your pocket so that you can help pay for grandkids, college education or trips to Europe or whatever. So anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. We appreciate it. Again, I'm Alan Taylor with the Alan Taylor Real Estate Group. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think. I'd really appreciate it. We'll get more videos coming your way. If you want to give us a call, 818-217-1767. Email is info@atrealestategroup.com. We'll see you out there, guys. Have a good one. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.